If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Lil Yachty just announced his new album, Let's Start Here. He gave us the cover and the release date for this. Today we're going to take a look at everything. It's not like we didn't know this, but we're going to jump straight into it, all the information. Let's get it. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 20 seconds into the future. You can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and details everything happening in hip-hop that previous week. And also follow me on TikTok. I'm posting on there daily. You don't want to miss out on that. Now let's get into the video. So I dropped a video like yesterday or 2 days ago going over basically what we got from him officially today, which is the official confirmation on this album. We kind of knew this. It was a leak. It got leaked on the site that is printing vinyls and printing physical copies of the CDs and, physical copies that he's selling basically. And they kind of leaked it. They probably had it in their system already and they kind of put it out there before he wanted them to put it out there. But now we got the official, information on this. So let's take a look at this and let's see the backgrounds behind this. So let's straight into what he posted on Twitter, because he hopped on social media to post, "Let's Start Here, January 27th, LP. Thank you for your patience, friends," and with it the album cover. Now, first of all, I want to say that he did specifically mention LP in here, which might be one of the reasons that this is going to also obviously come out as a vinyl. We kind of know that because that vinyl website already published that, but maybe he wants to do this as like a really, unique vinyl piece. It's going to be called Let's Start Here. That's kind of what we knew already. And he said, thank you for your patience, because there's a lot of, tribulations that this album went through in the process of coming out that we're going to get to in a second. First of all, we got to look at the cover art. Now, I said it in the last video, and none of y'all could tell me either, but who are the people on the cover art? Like, what does this mean? Can y'all tell me? This is like a, who are the people? Who are they representing? What does this mean? It's one of those AI-generated images with, like, their faces in weird shapes. I don't like it too much, but a lot of people saying it's hard, and I've seen a lot of y'all also say it's hard, and I can kind of get it, but I'm not like fully behind it. Let me know what you think about this one though, because I definitely think that is interesting. Now, if you remember, correctly, this thing was a previously titled Sonic Ranch. It was an album that leaked. It leaked in its entirety. So we have the track list of the leak one right here. We're going to go through it real quick, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. The main reason being that we just got to acknowledge that a lot of people heard this before. I'm guessing that's also why he, didn't say a lot about it until it came out. But the track list of this one so far consisted of The Black Seminole as an introduction, then The Ride, Running Out of Time, Pretty, Zone, We Saw the Sun, Blind, Say Something, I Need Your Love, and Interlude, Paint the Sky, Should I Be, The Alchemist, and Reach the Sunshine. So that's the leaked track list that we got. I never listened to the tracks. I hope y'all didn't either, because there's also something surrounding this album that I went over in another video, but I'm going to touch on real quick in a second. But this thing leaked. We thought for a while that it leaked because an engineer was mad that he wasn't getting paid enough. That got debunked, even though I still think that's such a funny story, and I went on a whole tangent on that and a whole monologue on that in the video that I made covering that. But I don't know where it leaked from. If it wasn't the engineer, who was it? Maybe y'all got some more info on it. Let me know and let the fans know in the comments as well. Yachty only reacted to the leak of this previous version just with, a sad emoji, because he obviously took notice of that. And that's already where the problem starts. He's spending so much time on an album that, and this is where it gets interesting, is different. It's alternative, experimental, a lot of rock influence, a lot of Tame Impala influence, he said. And he's approaching music whole differently, he said. And that an album like that you put so much time and effort into is now getting leaked, and people aren't going to be as excited for it as, maybe they would have been if it didn't leaked. For that to not receive as much attention as a meme song like Poland, I don't know where we at with that. I definitely don't want him to get the message from the fans that we don't care about the music that he's working harder on as much as the meme songs, because those are the ones that are obviously blowing up a lot. We got the Poland 2 snippet holster, whatever, even though it does have a different name. One of y'all told me in the comments on the last video. Let me know again if you're watching this. I can't get it off the top of my head. So likely this will be Sonic Ranch in a maybe updated, more mastered version. Maybe it'll be the exact same album. We're still waiting on a track list. The 27th is next Friday, so not this Friday. This Friday is the 20th, but the 27th. So in about, 10 days, something like that. And the leaker, well, at least the leaker that is now disproven, he did say in the message that I showed y'all earlier that this thing was going to drop next month. He did write this in December, so he was right. So there was definitely someone behind this, even if it wasn't the engineer that wasn't getting paid enough, quote unquote. The person was right. The leaker was right, and that is something that we gotta acknowledge. He also acknowledged that a new Concrete Boys tape was on the way, dropping together with this Sonic Ranch album. Now, the album is obviously not called Sonic Ranch anymore. That was just the name of the studio in Texas that he was finishing it at. It's gonna be called Let's Start Here. Let me know your theories on the title of that one in the comments down below. I'm kind of thinking him now, venturing into new territory musically in terms of soundscape. Maybe that's what he's saying. Let's start here and let's see how far we can take this. Let's start here and leave the old hip hop sound behind. So maybe that's my theory on it. But let me know what you think about this. Would definitely be very interesting. Now, also, I'm gonna be very interested in seeing what singles are gonna be on here. I'm guessing we'll likely get a single this Friday. It would just make sense releasing a single a week before your drop to build up some hype. He definitely built up some hype with Poland that dropped in October of last year. I don't think that Poland will make the cut on this record because Poland is just a record that is so different that I think is going to be on maybe another Concrete Boys tape, but not on this alternative experimental sounding new album. Even though we did get that snippet for the Holster Poland 2 track, I'm hoping that not both of them will be on here. But Poland wasn't on the leaked track list, so I'm guessing it won't be. But that would just be, I don't want him to do a whole album with that Poland sound. Or if he does, then not as a Let's Start Here record. I'm actually pretty excited for this because I feel like Yachty is in a pretty cool position as someone that a lot of people wrote off as a meme rapper or as someone that doesn't have a lot of substance, that just makes stupid songs. I mean, he blew up with One Night and Broccoli or whatever he did back in 2016, 2017. And now he's chilling with Drake and hanging out with all these amazing people and having his hands in a lot of different projects as well. I mean, he was one of the main people helping in the production of Her Loss, the Drake and 21 Savage tape. So he's definitely someone that's gained high status in hip-hop and is behind the scenes pulling a lot more strings than I think you might expect. So him dropping a different album, maybe it can go really big. Maybe it'll be kind of just shrugged under the rug. Maybe it'll go big. I don't know. I don't want to make a prediction right here as to how this album will sell or how commercially successful it will be. I don't think that is for us yet to make. That's maybe going to depend on if the single that's dropping this Friday will blow up. That is not confirmed, obviously, but I'm guessing a single will drop. Maybe also by that, we can gauge what kind of sound he's going for or what soundscape he's going for on this new record. I definitely think that Yachty's one of the most interesting people out there right now in hip-hop, and I do want him to go a lot bigger than he is right now and to achieve a lot more things and not be pulled down by maybe, his album leaking or stuff like that. So I'm hoping that this album is good. I'm hoping that it comes through and it's a breath of fresh air that's kind of sweeping into hip-hop, maybe into a little bit of a sound that's been stagnant over the past couple of years. Maybe he can develop that a little bit further, but I don't want to put too much pressure on this one and get my expectations too high. But let me know what you think about this though. What are your expectations for Let's Start Here? Are you happy that this thing is finally officially announced by him? It only dropped 30 minutes ago at the point of recording this, the announcement dropped, and next week we're getting the album. Let me know all your theories on this and what you feel like Yachty can do with this. All your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day and y'all take care.